Hello, today we'll be creating two crafts. The first craft is a succulent bowl planter and the second craft is two wooden succulent planter boxes. So for the first craft you will need a bowl, you'll need 3 succulent plants, you'll need some decorative glass stones, you'll also need some decorative rocks, you'll also need some adhesive pearl wraps, and for this I'm using gold. You'll need some assorted letters. These have a sticky backside to them. And just so you all know, all of my materials came from the Dollar Tree, and everything for this craft costs around $8. Okay, so let's start creating our succulent bowl planter. So you're going to start off with taking your adhesive pearl wrap, taking your scissors, and you're going to cut your adhesive pearl wrap. So now that you've made your cuts, you should have exactly how much you'll need to fit around the entire bowl. Okay, so you'll go ahead and take the backings off. And you'll go ahead and apply this onto your bowl. And for this particular bowl, I needed about 3 strands that I had to cut off of the adhesive pearl. And so you'll just continue to wrap this around your bowl. You also want to make sure that it lines up when doing so. Okay. And if you have any leftover adhesive pearl, you can go ahead and cut that strand off. So I actually have a little extra. And you can always go back and go around your bowl, make sure everything's lined up and it's not all crooked. Okay, so that part is done. So now what you want to do is you want to take your assorted letters, and for this I'm going to be spelling out the word love. I'm going to add that to the front side of my bowl. So you'll go ahead and you'll take your letters, you can go ahead and apply your letter to your bowl. And for this, you can spell out whatever you would like. I just chose to go with love. All right, so that's finished. So now that I'm done with that, I'm ready to add in my decorative rocks. So after adding in my decorative rocks, I'm ready to add in my 3 succulent plants. So you'll just go ahead and you'll position them wherever you would like to in your bowl. Okay, after you've positioned your succulent plants into your bowl, you'll go ahead and you'll take your decorative stones and for me, I'm just going to add in just a few of the stones. So maybe 2 on the front side, 2 in the back, and we'll do another 2 right here on the side. And that is it. Now you're all done. And so all that's left for this is to go and put this beautiful succulent bowl planter on display. Okay, so now we're on to the second craft and we're ready to create our succulent planter boxes. So for these, you will need 2 wooden boxes. You'll also need 2 succulent plants. You'll need some wooden, these are the chalkboard wooden stakes. And also from the last craft, the previous craft, I had some leftover styrofoam pieces that my succulents were actually in. So I'm going to be reusing these to add into my boxes later on. You'll also need some hot glue, and you'll need paint. So for this, I'm actually combining the 2. And you'll need, of course, a paintbrush and water. Okay, so now we're going to start with painting the wooden boxes. And like I said, I went ahead and I combined the 2 colors. We will go ahead and cover all sides of the box. So now that I've done this side, I'll go ahead and I'll flip that over and start on this side. we'll go ahead and flip that over. I'll actually hold it up now since it's wet on the two sides. We'll continue to add the paint until we are completely covered. And also, if you're wondering, most of my materials came from the Dollar Tree, my local Dollar Tree. The only two materials that did not come from the Dollar Tree were my two succulent plants for this one. I actually picked those up at my local Walmart. And also, since we're here, we'll go ahead and paint the top section of our box. We'll just go all the way around. Okay, so now that we've completed this step, you're going to want to allow this to dry completely, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now that we have completely allowed the boxes to fully dry, the next step is to take your chalkboard wooden stakes. What you're going to do is you're going to take the backings, this here off, completely take that off. What I did was I went ahead and I ran the sharp piece of the scissors in this area on both sides, and that actually released it. And you'll end up with the pieces looking like this. So once we have the pieces like this, what we'll do, so the next step is actually to glue it onto the planter boxes. But what you can do, if you have some chalk, take your chalk, if you have some, and you can write a little message on your chalkboard piece here. I'll just go ahead and add just a little heart. That one, this one, I'll just have it say hi. Okay, so once you've done that, we will go ahead and take our glue gun, add some glue to the back side of these. Then we will add it to the front side of the planter box, just like that, making sure it's all lined up. Take our next one, add some hot glue, we'll add that to the front side, the other planter box. So once you have that, you'll go ahead and you'll take, if you have your styrofoam pieces, if you do not have styrofoam pieces, you can go ahead and use any leftover, so you might have the decorative rocks left over, or even the decorative stones from the previous craft, you can add those in as well, which we will be using the decorative stones at the end. So you'll go ahead and you'll take your styrofoam piece and you'll place that inside of your box. Okay, then you'll take your succulent plants. So I have this one, and then I have this one here. So we'll go ahead and take this first one, and we'll go ahead and put that inside of the styrofoam. Then I'll take my next piece and I'll add that in as well into the styrofoam. Then also what I'll do here, because I had some of the decorative rocks, I'll add in some of my decorative rocks as well, so that I can, cover up some of that styrofoam. And I'll do the same on the next one. And we'll go ahead and we'll just keep on doing that until the styrofoam is covered. And then we'll move on to the next steps.
Okay, so you're all done. All that is left is to display your succulent planter boxes. For more on the two crafts, I'll be leaving a link in the description to my blog. If you have enjoyed these two crafts, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.